In a world that often drowns us in noise, fear, and uncertainty, there is a voice that still whispers hope, that still breathes life into weary hearts. This is not just another message. This is a sacred invitation, a call from the one who has seen every tear, heard every prayer, and walked with you through every valley. Today, set aside every distraction. Open your heart wide. Let these words find the places that need healing, the dreams that need reviving, the faith that needs reigniting. You are not led here by accident. Stay with me until the end. What you are about to hear is not merely encouragement, it is destiny calling your name.
Before the sun graced the horizon this morning, I was already watching over you. In the silence of the early hours, while the world still lay in slumber, I leaned close to your heart. I heard its quiet cry, the ache it tried to silence, the worry it tried to hide, and the fatigue buried so deep even you can no longer describe it. And I whispered to your soul, I am here, though you may have not noticed, that moment of stillness, that breath of calm you felt before you opened your eyes. That was me. I am not a distant thought, not a ritual wrapped in tradition. I am your father, close enough to catch every tear before it falls, powerful enough to shift the entire course of your life. You wonder if you're seen, if your sacrifices matter, if your silent efforts in the shadows are valued. I tell you now, I have seen it all. Not a single moment has escaped my notice. Every sleepless night, every hidden pain, every prayer you muttered through trembling lips. I was there, not merely observing, but carrying you through it. The world may not applaud your faithfulness, but I do. You are not forgotten. My love for you is deeper than the ocean and stronger than the storms you face. And today, I want you to lean into that love like never before. Do not let the noise around you drown out my voice. When your thoughts spiral into doubt, when people disappoint, when your plans crumble, I remain unchanged. I remain faithful. You have asked me many times, what is my purpose? Why must I suffer? When will the tide turn in my favor? My child, every step of your journey has been leading you somewhere. I have been preparing you, molding you, not punishing you. The pain was never meant to break you. It was meant to break open the surface so that your true strength, the divine fire I placed in you, could rise. There is something extraordinary awakening in your spirit, and the enemy has fought to bury it. That is why the trials have been so intense. That is why the weight felt unbearable. Because you are stepping into something greater. But you cannot carry yesterday's burdens into tomorrow's blessings. Release them to me. I will take them. Yes, even the ones you think you deserved. Even the wounds caused by your own hand. Give them to me. I can handle what you cannot. I can redeem what seems ruined. And I will. You are standing at a threshold. The choice to step forward is yours. But I promise you, if you walk with me, what lies ahead will make the pain behind you feel light. Do not underestimate the beauty of your obedience. Every time you chose kindness instead of revenge, every time you forgave when you had the right to be bitter, every time you resisted the temptation to give up, that mattered. Heaven witnessed it, and I, your father, smiled. I am not ashamed of your journey. I am proud of you. You have walked through valleys that would have swallowed others whole, and yet here you are, still believing, still hoping, still calling my name. That faith, however small you think it is moving mountains even now. I have assigned angels to guard you. I have dispatched favor to surround you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. This is your time. I am doing something new. The doors that closed were not your end, they were redirections. I never said no to hurt you. I said no to guide you. And now I say yes. Yes to your healing. Yes to your restoration. Yes to your next chapter. Are you ready? You have looked at your reflection and seen only the cracks, the lines of weariness etched by disappointment and time, the imperfections you believe disqualify you from being chosen, from being loved fully. But I see differently. I see the fire beneath your fears, the beauty in your endurance, the nobility in your quiet faithfulness. I never needed you to be flawless to be worthy of my embrace. I simply needed your yes. That quiet yes you gave me in the stillness, when no one else was watching. That yes moved heaven. My child, the world teaches you to build a perfect image, to hide your struggles and shine only when you succeed. but I shine brightest through your brokenness. The cracks in your soul are not shameful. They are windows through which my light pours in. I do not pass over the broken. I dwell in them. I reside in the bruised reed that still dares to grow, in the smoldering wick that refuses to go out. You are that light, and today, I am breathing life into the flame again. You may think that time has passed you by, that the dreams you once carried have expired with the years, but I tell you this: I am not bound by your clocks, your calendars, or your age. I do not rush like the world rushes. I prepare. What I have in store for you is not something small or ordinary. It is worthy of the time I've taken to refine you. You were never in a season of delay. You were in a season of preparation. The reason the doors did not open before was not because you were lacking, but because what I was building inside you required depth. And now, the deeper foundation you laid in pain will support the joy I'm about to pour. Do not despise the quiet years. They were sacred. In the silence, I have spoken things into your spirit you wouldn't have heard in the noise. Now, what I whispered in the shadows will echo from the rooftops. There is a movement happening in your life, not one you can always feel, but one that is as real as the turning of the tides. You're stepping into a divine momentum, and with it comes a strength that does not come from striving, but from surrender. I am not asking you to figure everything out. I'm inviting you to rest in me while I work in ways beyond your comprehension. I know how hard it has been for you to trust when you've been let down, to hope again when hope once betrayed you. But I am not like the ones who hurt you. I do not wound for sport. I do not abandon mid-story. I do not make promises I cannot keep. Everything I've spoken over you is still alive, still waiting to bloom in its time. I need you to believe again, to take me at my word, not because everything makes sense, but because I am faithful. Even when the evidence seems to say otherwise, my nature does not change. I am not moved by the storms. I walk on them. I am not shaken by the waves. I still them. That same power lives within you. When you find yourself walking through places that feel empty, barren, or unfamiliar, know this: I often lead my children into the wilderness not to punish them, but to speak to them away from the distractions. You are not being punished, you are being positioned. There is clarity in the wilderness if you lean in close. I am speaking to you even now. That quiet pull in your heart, that sense that you were made for more, that hunger that never seems to be fully satisfied by worldly things. That is me calling you deeper. Don't silence it with noise. Don't ignore it for the comfort of familiarity. Follow it. Follow me. I will take you to places no eye has seen. Restore the places you thought were barren, and unlock wells of life within you that you didn't know existed. The greatest miracles are not always external. Sometimes, the most supernatural thing I do is transform your perspective, soften your heart, and give you peace in a place where fear once ruled. My child, today I am doing a new thing in you. You do not need to understand it to receive it. You only need to say yes again, not with loud declarations, but with the posture of your heart. Say yes to the healing even if it feels vulnerable. Say yes to the forgiveness even when it feels undeserved. Say yes to the new chapter even if it requires closing a door you once begged me to open. Say yes to me, and watch me write a story that redeems every painful page of your past. The sorrow will not be wasted. The tears will not be forgotten. I have caught every one, and I will use them to water a future so full of joy it will take your breath away. I see what's ahead, and it's worth every step you've taken, even the ones you thought were failures. Nothing is wasted when it's surrendered to me. You are not who you used to be, and you are not who you will become. You are in process, and I am the potter. Trust my hands. I love you, not the idea of you, not the version you present to others, but the real, raw, sometimes weary you. The one who still hopes. The one who keeps praying. The one who dares to believe. I will never tire of you. I will never give up on you. I will never walk away. Stay close to me and you will see. The best is not behind you. It's ahead, and I am walking with you into it. I know you've been carrying questions that have no easy answers. You've wrestled with doubt in the dark and waited for me to speak through the silence. But I was never absent. I've been speaking all along. Not always in the ways you expected, but in the quiet moments when your heart softened, in the strength you found on a day you almost gave up, in the unexpected comfort that wrapped around you like a warm embrace when no one else was there. I am the voice that steadied you when fear shouted, the hand that lifted you when your own strength failed, the peace that came without explanation. You may think I've been silent, but silence does not mean absence. Sometimes it is the language of transformation. While you waited, I was working, not just around you, but within you. There were battles in your soul that only stillness could heal, and I was there, healing you in ways you didn't know you needed. You were never forgotten, not for a single moment. I don't measure your worth by your progress. I measure it by your willingness to remain in me, even when the light seems dim and the way unclear. My beloved child, I want you to stop searching for your value in broken mirrors. The opinions of others are often distorted by their own wounds, and you've let their words sink too deep. But I have a mirror that does not lie. It is my word, and in it you are not overlooked, not forgotten, not replaceable. You are chosen. You are called. You are mine. The world may have labeled you with words like not enough, too late, unworthy, but I have called you beloved, redeemed, made new. I know how you've tried to meet expectations that were never yours to carry, how you've worn masks just to be accepted, how you've shrunk your dreams because they made others uncomfortable. But I am removing those chains now. I am calling you to step into your full identity. Not the one shaped by the world's demands, but the one I breathed into your soul from the beginning. You were never meant to live in fear of rejection. You were born to walk in the security of my love. And that love does not change with seasons, with failures, or with the opinions of people who never saw your worth. I have seen it all, and I still choose you. There is something sacred I am doing in your life right now. You may not fully understand it, and that's okay. Faith is not about seeing the full picture, it's about trusting the artist. And I am painting something beautiful from every color of your life, even the ones you wish you could erase. Do not curse the shadows, for they give depth to the light. Do not despise the detours, for they lead to unexpected wonders. I am not a god of wasted journeys. Every step has a purpose, even if you can't see it yet. Trust that I am ahead of you, behind you, and beside you. I go before you to prepare the way and follow behind to protect what you cannot see. You are surrounded. My grace is not only your rescue, it is your rhythm. Walk with me, and even the mundane will become miraculous. The ordinary will become sacred ground when you walk it with purpose, with me. You've asked me to open doors, to send breakthrough, to pour blessings, and I have heard you. But first, I ask something of you. Let go of what you've outgrown. You cannot embrace the new while clinging to what was. Some things have served their season. Some relationships, some habits, some mindsets, they were once part of your journey, but they can't go where I'm taking you next. And I know it's hard to let go, especially when you've wrapped identity around what's now become a weight. But you were made to soar, and you can't fly while dragging the anchors of yesterday. Trust that what I remove, I replace with better. What I prune, I do so with purpose. And where I close a door, it is never to leave you empty. It is to lead you into a room prepared just for you, filled with peace, clarity, and unexpected joy. My child, you don't have to earn what I've already promised. You don't have to strive to be loved. You are already deeply loved. I am not waiting for you to perfect yourself before I move. I move in your imperfection, in your willingness, in your surrender. You don't need to have all the answers to take the next step. You just need the courage to believe I'll catch you if you fall. And even if you do stumble, I will not shame you. I will lift you. I will dust you off and set you back on your path, stronger than before. This journey with me isn't about arriving. It's about becoming. Becoming more like me, more like the version of you that was born for greatness, born for holiness, born for light. So today I'm inviting you again. Come closer. Not with fear, but with boldness. Not with shame, but with hope. My arms are open wide. Not because you deserve it, but because I am good. Always good. And always near. Lean into me. Let me redefine what success means. Let me show you that peace isn't found in having everything figured out. It's found in trusting the one who already has. I know what you need before you speak it. I see the fears you won't admit out loud. And I say to you now, you are safe in me. You are held. You are being led, even when it feels like wandering. And soon, very soon, the things that felt unclear will be illuminated. The pain that felt purposeless will reveal its treasure. And the heart that felt weary will rise again, stronger than ever before. You've carried the weight of expectations that were never meant for your shoulders, trying to prove your worth in a world that measures success by noise and numbers, forgetting that the greatest triumphs often grow in silence. I never asked you to be impressive, only to be faithful. While others were applauded for what they displayed, I was celebrating you for what you endured in secret. I watched as you gave without being noticed, forgave without receiving apology, loved without guarantee of return. These are the seeds that move my heart. The world may call them small, but in my kingdom, they are mighty. My child, I want to free you from the burden of trying to be enough for everyone else. You were never meant to stretch yourself thin just to feel seen. I already see you. You don't have to strive for my attention. You already have it. You don't have to earn my approval. I already chose you before your first breath. Not because of what you would accomplish, but because of who you are to me, mine. Do not mistake silence for absence. Do not confuse waiting with wasting. I know how weary your heart feels from the waiting, how the unanswered prayers press into your chest like unanswered questions. But I am not indifferent to your ache. Every moment you've spent holding on to hope while surrounded by uncertainty has been sacred. You are stronger than you realize, not because you've had perfect faith, but because you've kept showing up, even when you didn't feel like it. I've seen the mornings you rose with dread and still whispered, I trust you. I've heard the quiet cries of your heart that never made it into words. You may have thought no one was listening, but I was. I still am. I always will be. And today, I want you to know that your waiting has not been in vain. I've been preparing something you couldn't yet see. Something that will make the pain make sense, the silence meaningful, and the journey worthwhile. I am the God who turns ashes into beauty, grief into joy, and trials into testimonies. But transformation requires trust. Will you trust me even when the answer doesn't come in the form you expected? Will you believe that I'm working even when nothing feels like it's changing? My child, your story is not over. In fact, a new chapter is beginning. One not defined by striving but by surrender. Not marked by fear but by faith. I'm not asking you to leap with confidence. I'm asking you to take one step in trust. Just one. That's where it begins. One act of obedience. One moment of stillness in my presence. One whispered prayer that lets me in again. And from there I'll meet you. I'll walk with you. I'll build something eternal in your soul that the storms of life cannot shake. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. And you are not alone. I've surrounded you with my favor. My spirit is at work in ways far beyond what your eyes can see. The battles you didn't even know were being fought on your behalf. I've already won them. The traps the enemy set for your downfall, I've already dismantled them. And even the disappointments that tried to harden your heart, I'm using them to deepen your compassion and wisdom. Every scar is becoming a testimony of survival, and every trial is carving out more space for grace. You do not need to understand everything to move forward. You only need to know this. I go with you. You are never walking alone. Even when others walk away. Even when your own strength feels like it's fading. I will carry you. You are not meant to carry the weight of tomorrow on today's shoulders. I will be there when tomorrow arrives. Just breathe. Just trust. Just rest in me. There's something sacred about beginnings, and this one is holy. This new page in your life is not blank. It is blessed. It has been written with purpose, lined with grace, and sealed with my love. As you step forward, I ask you to walk not with hesitation, but with expectation. Expect that I will show up. Expect that I will answer. Expect that the seeds you've sown in tears will break through the soil in joy. Let go of the belief that blessings only come when you've done everything right. I am not limited by your perfection. I work best through your dependence. You don't need to know how everything will unfold. You just need to know I'm holding the pen. and I write stories of redemption. I craft endings far better than beginnings, and I never leave anything half-finished. So come to me again with all of it, the doubts, the dreams, the grief, the questions. I'm not afraid of any of it. I don't expect polished prayers. I want your heart, just as it is. That's where transformation begins. That's where miracles start. In honesty, in surrender, in love. I'm not asking you to pretend it's easy. I'm asking you to let me walk with you through it. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are exactly where I can reach you. And reach you I will, with healing in my hands, with hope in my voice, and with a love that will never let you go. Come now, take the next step. I'm already walking toward you. There's a reason your heart keeps searching even when you try to silence its cry. It knows there's more. It knows there is something beyond what your eyes can see and your hands can hold. It knows me, for I placed eternity within you, not just the desire for life beyond this one, but the longing for truth, peace, and wholeness that only I can fulfill. That ache inside you is not a flaw. It's a signal, a sacred invitation. It is me calling you deeper, drawing you closer, asking you to stop chasing what was never meant to satisfy and to begin receiving what I've long desired to give. You've filled your days with noise, tried to cover your pain with distraction, and convinced yourself you're fine while your soul whispers otherwise. But I see through it all, and I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to welcome you home, to your true identity, to the place where striving ends and grace begins, to the place where you are not defined by your performance but by your presence with me. My child, I never asked you to become someone else to be loved. I never told you to earn your way into my favor. I don't delight in your perfection. I delight in your presence. You don't have to climb your way up to me. I already descended into your pain, your questions, your humanity. I stepped into the dust to show you what love looks like, what hope sounds like, what mercy feels like when it wraps around your broken pieces and calls them whole again. You've tried so hard to clean yourself up before coming to me, but I want you now, mess and all. I want the parts you've hidden, the chapters you've tried to forget, the memories you wish you could erase. I don't just want your victories, I want your valleys, because it's in those places I do my most beautiful work. Let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I see strength wrapped in fragility. I see courage disguised as quiet perseverance. I see a heart that still dares to hope, even when disappointment has knocked again and again. I see faith the size of a mustard seed, and I see how even that is enough to move mountains. I see the moments no one applauded, the silent prayers, the unseen kindness, the choice to forgive when anger was easier. I see it all and I honor it all. Nothing you've done in love has been wasted. Even if the world overlooked it, I never did, and I never will. You are more valuable to me than you will ever understand. You are not defined by what you do or what you have. You are defined by whose you are, and you are mine. The journey hasn't been easy. I know that. I've watched you walk through seasons of loneliness, confusion, and silence. I've seen the way you've questioned whether I was really with you, and though your eyes couldn't see me, I never left your side. In fact, I carried you when your legs gave out. I fought for you when you didn't have strength to pray. I surrounded you with mercy even when you doubted my goodness. Your doubts didn't push me away, they drew me closer. Because love doesn't abandon when things get hard. It stays. And I stayed. I still do. And I always will. You don't need a perfect plan to move forward. You only need a willing heart. Let me guide your steps, even if you can't yet see the full road ahead. Let me light your way with my promises, not with your fears. The world may offer you shortcuts, but I offer you something eternal. Yes, the path may be narrow. Yes, there may be valleys, but every step with me leads you closer to peace, purpose, and the kind of joy the world cannot counterfeit. I will not promise you an easy life, but I promise you a meaningful one. One where every tear has purpose, every loss has redemption, and every prayer, every single one, is heard. So pause right now, breathe, lay it all down. The pressure to fix it all, the fear that it won't work out, the weight of trying to control what only I can carry. Let it go. Surrender is not weakness. It is the doorway to my strength. When you release what you've been clutching, your hands become open to receive. And I long to give, not just what you want, but what you truly need. Healing deeper than the wound. Joy stronger than the sorrow. Freedom that sets your soul dancing again. I'm not holding back blessings. I'm waiting for space in your heart. Will you let me in? You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are a miracle in motion. A story still being written. A light still rising after every fall. So come to me not with shame, but with hope. I am not finished with you, not even close. This is not the end. This is the beginning of something new, something holy, something eternal. Trust me with it. You don't have to know what's next. You only have to know that I do. There is a strength inside you that you have not yet fully recognized. It is not loud, not forceful, not shaped by applause or attention. It is the strength that kept you moving when you felt forgotten. It is the strength that made you stand again after you fell. It is the strength I placed in you when I formed you in the quiet of the beginning. You have mistaken your gentleness for weakness, your kindness for vulnerability, your tears for defeat. But I see what those tears watered. I see the roots of resilience growing beneath the surface of your soul. What you thought was breaking you was actually building you. And now I am calling that strength to the surface. Not to make you harder, but to make you whole. I don't want you to become numb to survive. I want you to become awake to thrive. You were not made to just get through life. You were made to carry light, to walk in peace, to rise again and again with purpose in your heart and love in your steps. You have believed lies for too long. Lies that said you're not enough, that you've missed your chance, that you'll never change, that your past disqualifies you. But those are not my words. I don't speak with shame. I speak with hope. I don't define you by what broke you. I define you by what I'm restoring. And I am restoring you, even now, in the places no one else can see. You've been trying to hold it together for everyone else while your own soul feels like it's unraveling. But I didn't call you to carry everyone else. I called you to come to me first. To rest in my arms before you reach for the world. To let me be your source before you pour yourself out again. You are not responsible for fixing everything. That was never your burden. Let me take it. Let me be your refuge when the world feels too heavy. You don't need to carry it all. You need to be carried. And I will do that. With strength that does not falter. With love that does not fail. With grace that flows like rivers through your weary places. This season you're in, it has not gone unnoticed. I know it feels long. I know you've questioned its purpose. But growth often looks like stillness. The seed buried in soil doesn't scream while it grows. It's quiet, but it is breaking open, stretching deep, reaching for light even before it breaks the surface. That's you. Don't judge your progress by what others see. What I'm doing in you is foundational. And foundations are not rushed. You will bloom in time. But right now, I am securing the unseen. I am strengthening your roots so you can stand firm when winds come. I am teaching your spirit to trust even in silence, to worship even in the waiting, to hope even in the dark. Because your faith is not fragile, it is being forged. You may feel behind, but I am not a God of late blessings. I am a God of perfect timing. The delay is not denial. It is preparation. The closed door was not rejection. It was protection. The detour was not punishment. It was provision. Every step you've taken, yes, even the ones that felt like failures, I have woven them into a path that leads to my promise. I do not need you to figure out the route. I only need you to follow. Trust is not about knowing where we are going. It's about knowing who you are going with. And you are going with me. I will never leave your side. You've been waiting for a sign, a word, a moment to know it's okay to believe again. This is it. Let this be the moment your heart turns toward hope again. Let this be the word that reminds you you're not forgotten. Let this be the sign that your story is still sacred, still unfolding, still full of miracles waiting to happen. I have not changed my mind about you. I have not taken back my promises. I have not stopped loving you even for a second. And now, I am inviting you into something deeper. Not just blessing, but belonging. Not just provision, but presence. I want you to walk with me, not just toward what I give, but toward who I am. Because I am not just your answer. I am your Father. I am not just your provider. I am your peace. I am not just your healer. I am your home. So don't be afraid to begin again. Don't be afraid to love again. Don't be afraid to trust, even with trembling hands. I am not asking for perfection. I am asking for surrender. That's where miracles begin. That's where healing starts. That's where joy returns. With me, you don't have to pretend. Just come. Just breathe. Just say yes. There is something I need you to understand today. Something you may have forgotten while walking through the fog of disappointment. You are not defined by your wounds. They may have shaped you, but they do not own you. They may have whispered lies, but they do not speak your identity. I was there when the betrayal struck deepest. I saw the tears that no one else noticed, the moments you smiled through pain just to keep moving forward, the nights you questioned whether you were truly seen or simply surviving. And I never turned away. In fact, I drew nearer. I was in the room when they left you. I was beside you when the silence became too loud. I caught every tear and held it like treasure. And I am here now not to erase the past, but to transform it. The pain you endured has not been wasted. The sorrow you carried has not gone unnoticed. I am the God who redeems what was broken and gives purpose to what once felt pointless. You don't have to pretend it didn't hurt. I am not asking you to forget it all. I am asking you to let me heal it. You cannot outrun what you refuse to face, and you don't have to face it alone. Let me into the places that still ache, the corners of your heart you've closed even to yourself. I will not condemn you for what you carry. I will not shame you for what still lingers in your memory. I will love you there. I will meet you in the middle of your mess, not with judgment, but with mercy. You don't have to clean the wound before you let me see it. Show me the truth, and I will show you grace. Bring me your weakness, and I will trade it for strength. Let me in, and I will make beauty rise from the ruins. The world tells you to be strong, to hold it together, to push through. But I invite you to rest, to lay it down, to admit you're tired and let me carry you. I am not impressed by performance. I am moved by honesty. I didn't come to ask for more of what exhausts you. I came to give you what restores you. Your soul was not made to run endlessly. You were made for moments of stillness, for days filled with peace, for nights without fear. I want that for you, but you have to stop clinging to the weight I died to lift. You've worn shame like armor, hoping it would protect you from further pain. But it's only kept out the healing. You don't need to defend yourself. I am your defender. You don't need to fix yourself. I am your restorer. The path ahead may not be easy, but you won't be walking it alone. My presence will go before you. My spirit will whisper direction when you feel lost. My peace will cover your mind when anxiety creeps in. My love will be the voice louder than your fear. You are not too broken for a new beginning. You are not too far gone for restoration. What seems final to you is just the middle of the story I'm writing. And I am not finished. Not with your healing. Not with your dreams. Not with your purpose. There is more. You have mourned what was. Now prepare for what will be. Trust that I am doing something in you, even when you feel nothing. Faith is not the absence of feeling. It is the decision to believe anyway. Even in the silence. Even when the prayers feel unanswered. Even when the waiting stretches longer than expected. I am in it all. And when the time is right, what has been dormant will bloom again. The dreams that once felt dead will stir with life. The places in you that felt numb will feel again. Not just pain, but joy. Not just survival, but abundance. I am not the God of barely enough. I am the God of overflow. And your cup, though cracked, will be filled again. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. You've been asking me for signs. And I've been sending them. In the quiet moments that made you feel peace for no reason. In the unexpected encouragement from a stranger. In the verse that seemed to be written just for you. I've been speaking. And now I say again, lift your head. You are not a failure. You are not forgotten. You are my beloved. My delight is in you, not in the version of you that performs, but in the real you, the one who's trying, who's reaching, who hasn't given up. I see your effort. I honor your faith. I hold your future. And I promise what's coming is better than what's been. You've spent so much time trying to be strong for everyone else that you've forgotten what it feels like to simply be held. You carry burdens with a quiet resolve, hiding the weight behind a steady smile while your heart whispers for relief. I see how you push through the noise, how you hold yourself together when everything inside feels like it's falling apart. But you don't have to hold yourself together for me. I am the one who holds you, even on the days when you feel like you're barely holding on. Know this, I have never let go of you, not for a moment. I know what you've lost. I know what you're still waiting for. And I know the silent battles you fight that no one else can see. And I am not disappointed in you. I am not frustrated with your questions or wearied by your doubts. I welcome them because I welcome you, all of you just as you are. You've measured your worth by how much you can handle, by how much you can give before you crumble, but I never asked you to prove yourself through exhaustion. I didn't call you to be everything for everyone while neglecting the weary soul inside you. You don't have to earn my love through endless striving or perfect faith. You already have my love, fully and freely, right here and right now. I don't just see your strength. I see your weakness, and I'm not afraid of it. I don't just see the victories you share. I see the quiet moments when you question whether you're enough. And even in those moments, my answer remains the same. You are mine. Nothing about your struggle scares me away. Instead, it draws me closer. The areas you try so hard to hide are the very places I long to heal. Let me lift what you've carried alone for so long. Let me breathe peace into the places that feel chaotic. Let me show you that you were never meant to fight every battle on your own. I have been beside you through every sleepless night, through every unanswered prayer, through every moment you thought you were forgotten. The delays you faced weren't meant to break you. They were meant to build something deeper within you, something only stillness and trust could create. Even when it seemed like nothing was changing, I was working beneath the surface, planting seeds of strength and purpose that will bloom in due time. The waiting hasn't been wasted, and neither have you. I know you wonder when things will finally shift, when your heart will feel light again, when the weight of past wounds will stop holding you back. But healing isn't always loud or instant. Sometimes it's a quiet process of learning to let go, layer by layer, until the burden becomes something you no longer carry but something I carry for you. Trust that I am guiding you through this. Trust that the moments of stillness, though they feel uncomfortable, are where your soul finds its rest. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to rush your process to meet someone else's timeline. I am not impatient with your journey, so don't be impatient with yourself. The road you've walked has not been easy, but it has never been meaningless. Every step, every tear, every moment you chose hope instead of bitterness has been seen and cherished by me. You may not see it yet, but beauty is being woven from the threads of your pain. There is purpose even in what felt like detours. There is redemption even in what seemed like loss. The parts of your story that you wish you could erase are the very places where my grace will shine the brightest. I will restore what was broken. I will breathe life into what you thought was lost. And I will show you that your best days are not behind you. They are still unfolding. So breathe deeply. Release the burdens you were never meant to carry alone. Let go of the guilt that clings to your heart, the shame that tells you you're not enough, the fear that whispers things will never change. Those lies have no place in the future I have for you. You are not a burden. You are not a disappointment. You are not defined by your mistakes or your setbacks. You are defined by my love, and my love never runs out. Come to me with your weariness, with your brokenness, with your longing for something new. I will meet you there, not with demands but with compassion, not with judgment but with mercy. And when you feel too weak to stand, I will carry you. When you feel too lost to find your way, I will lead you. When you feel too broken to dream again, I will remind you of the purpose I placed within you long before the pain. Nothing about you is beyond my ability to restore. Nothing about your story is too far gone for me to redeem. Let me turn your mourning into dancing, your heaviness into hope, your uncertainty into peace. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of something beautiful. Trust me with it. You've been walking through a season where answers seem distant, where prayers feel like echoes lost in the wind, and where even your own heart sometimes questions whether you are still on the right path. I see how you've been trying to hold onto faith while your strength quietly fades. But I want you to know this truth now. I have never stopped listening. Not once. Even when your words were too broken to form, I heard the cries of your soul. Even when your lips were silent, your spirit still spoke to mine. And I answered, not always in ways you recognized, but in the peace that held you back from giving up, in the mercy that showed up through someone's kindness, in the unexpected strength you found to get through another day. I've been with you in every step, even the ones you took with trembling feet. You've grown tired of the in-between, of waiting without knowing, of trusting without seeing. But it is in this very place, where the answers are unclear and the road uncertain, that faith is refined. Faith that doesn't rely on what the eyes can see, but on who I am. I haven't asked you to feel brave every moment. I've asked you to keep choosing me, even when your heart wavers. That simple choice, that quiet yes, is more powerful than you realize. I never overlook the one who keeps walking through the valley with a heart that still whispers, I believe. You may not feel strong, but strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like refusing to let go, even when your fingers are shaking. Let me remind you of something sacred. Your delay is not your denial. The promise is still alive. You may have buried it under disappointment or fear, but I have not forgotten. The seed that seems dormant is still alive beneath the soil. And just like the rain softens the earth, so my spirit has been softening your heart, preparing you to receive what I've always intended for you. When the time comes, that seed will break open, not in striving but in surrender. My timing is perfect, and what I've planned for you is greater than what you've settled for. Do not rush ahead. Do not let impatience steal your peace. Stay with me here in the unknown. I am not trying to withhold. I am preparing something sacred, and part of that preparation is what I'm building in you. The resilience, the wisdom, the compassion. Your character is being shaped in ways that will bless not just you, but all those who walk beside you. I know you've questioned whether your life matters in the greater picture. You wonder if the quiet good you do, the unseen sacrifices, the faithfulness without recognition, if any of it truly counts. And my answer is yes. Yes, it matters. Yes, I see it. Yes, I celebrate it. While the world applauds the loud and visible, I reward the faithful and consistent. You have no idea how many storms have been calmed because of your prayers, how many hearts have been touched by your kindness, how many lives have been changed simply because you stayed. Heaven rejoices over every step you take in trust, over every moment you choose love instead of fear, peace instead of anger, compassion instead of bitterness. Your life is more meaningful than you know, and your presence in this world is no accident. I placed you here on purpose, for a purpose, and that purpose is unfolding. Yes, even now, I am calling you to return to hope. Not the kind of hope that waits for everything to be perfect, but the kind that chooses to believe anyway. Hope that is rooted not in what you see, but in who I am. I am still your healer. I am still your provider. I am still your guide. And I am still faithful. Nothing about your current season changes my nature. You are not lost, you are learning. You are not late, you are being led. You are not behind, you are exactly where I'm working. Let me hold the timeline. Let me handle what's beyond your control. You don't have to carry the burden of knowing what comes next. You only need to carry the assurance that I am already there. And when fear comes knocking, trying to convince you that you're forgotten, speak the truth aloud. I am loved. I am seen. I am chosen. Let these words take root in your soul. Let them drown out every lie. You are not walking toward defeat. You are walking toward destiny. Even your detours have purpose. Even your delays are divine. And the story I'm writing with your life, it's not over. It's only just beginning to unfold. There is a tenderness I long for you to feel. A love deeper than the oceans, older than the mountains, stronger than the storms you have faced. It is not fragile. It does not waver with your moods or diminish when you stumble. It remains unchanging, eternal, anchored in who I am. You have been measuring my love by the size of your victories, by the swiftness of answers to your prayers, by the doors that opened or stayed closed. But I need you to know, my love is not a reward for success nor a consolation prize after failure. My love is the beginning. It is the foundation. It is the constant. It was there before you chose me, and it remains even when you doubt me. There is nothing you could do to make me love you more, and there is nothing you could do to make me love you less. You are my beloved, not because you are flawless, but because you are mine. You've been searching for security in things that shift like sand. Approval, accomplishments, acceptance from others who are as fragile as you. But I am the rock that does not move. I am the anchor that holds steady when the winds howl and the waves crash. When you build your hope upon me, you are building upon something eternal. You don't have to keep exhausting yourself trying to earn what I've already given freely. You don't have to hustle for belonging. You belong already. You don't have to grasp for identity. You are already named, already chosen, already called. Let these truths soak into the cracks where fear has settled. Let them replace the voices that told you you were not enough, that your worth was conditional, that love had to be earned. You are weary because you've been fighting battles that were never yours to fight. Lay them down now. The expectations you were never meant to meet. The standards you were never meant to bear. The fears you were never meant to carry. Surrender them at my feet. Surrender the image you've tried to maintain, the roles you've tried to fill, the fears that have crept into your prayers. You don't have to perform here. You don't have to impress me. You only have to come. Come as you are, not as you think you should be. Come with your uncertainty, your bruised heart, your trembling hands. I am not waiting at the finish line for you to arrive polished. I am with you in every faltering step, every messy middle, every breathless climb. I am the strength in your weakness, the calm in your chaos, the steady hand when you feel yourself slipping. This season you are walking through, though painful, is not a punishment. It is a preparation. I am clearing the ground of your heart, pulling out the roots of lies and fear so that something new, something holy, can take root. You have prayed for new blessings, new dreams, new opportunities, but new life always begins with surrender. Trust the pruning. Trust the quiet work that feels like loss but is truly making space for more. I am not taking from you. I am making room for what you could not yet imagine. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your doubts and your fears, and soon you will sit in the abundance of what I have prepared, overflowing with peace that the world cannot steal. I see the tears you wipe away in secret, the prayers you pray when no one else is around, the weariness you hide behind practiced smiles. I see it all, and none of it is wasted. Not a single tear, not a single prayer, not a single moment of choosing to stay faithful even when everything in you wanted to quit. I treasure them. They are precious to me, and I am weaving them into a story far greater than you can yet comprehend. You will not always feel this tired. You will not always walk through this valley. There is a summit ahead, and the view will take your breath away. You will look back and realize that I was in every step, every silence, every struggle, carrying you when you could not walk, fighting for you when you could not see. So today, breathe. Release the urgency to fix everything. Release the belief that your breakthrough depends on your perfection. Rest in the truth that I am already working, already moving, already winning victories on your behalf. Even now, things are shifting in ways unseen. Even now, seeds planted long ago are breaking through the soil. You may not see the bloom yet, but trust the process. Trust me. The night may feel long, but dawn is inevitable. And when it breaks, it will not just be the end of your waiting. It will be the beginning of your becoming. There is a hidden strength growing inside you, one you cannot always feel but that I have been nurturing in the unseen places. You have measured progress by what you can see, by what the world applauds, by the outward signs of success. But I measure growth differently. I measure it in the quiet moments where you choose faith over fear, in the silent battles where you refuse to let bitterness take root, in the weary prayers where you whisper hope even when the night feels endless. These are the victories that heaven rejoices over, the unseen moments that forge unshakable faith. You have wondered if anything is changing, if anything is truly being accomplished in these long and hidden days. And I tell you now, yes. Even when you see no visible proof, yes. Even when the doors remain closed and the answers feel delayed, yes. Growth is happening. Breakthrough is coming. Promises are being fulfilled, even now, in ways beyond your sight. You have looked at others and wondered why their journey seems quicker, their path smoother, their victories more visible. But I am not calling you to compare their journey to yours. I am crafting something unique within you, something that cannot be rushed or replicated. What I am building in you requires deeper foundations, because the weight of the calling upon your life is greater than you realize. Shallow roots would never sustain what I am about to entrust to you. That is why the waiting has felt so heavy, the silence so loud, the pruning so painful. I am not withholding good from you. I am protecting the greatness I have placed within you. Your timeline does not intimidate me. Your delays do not derail my plans. Every day of your life has been written in my book before one of them came to be. I am not anxious about the time it takes for you to heal, to grow, to walk into your purpose. I am patient. I am kind. I am committed to you in ways deeper than you can fathom. I am not looking at the calendar. I am looking at your heart. And I see a heart that is still reaching, still believing, still willing to be molded by my hands. That is what pleases me. That is what moves me. Not perfection, but persistence. Not strength without flaw, but surrender without condition. There are new doors opening soon, doors you could not have forced open through striving, doors that only my favor could unlock. But before you walk through them, I need you to release what cannot go with you. The old fears, the lingering doubts, the worn-out lies that have clung to you for too long. They have no place in the next chapter. You were made to walk freely, to run with joy, to live unburdened by the shame and fear of yesterday. What I am preparing for you requires open hands and an open heart. Trust me enough to let go. Trust me enough to believe that what I am giving you is better than anything you thought you lost. You will not miss your destiny. No mistake you've made has canceled my calling. No detour you've taken has changed my design. I am the master of redemption. I weave even your failures into a tapestry of beauty. I use even your broken pieces to build something glorious. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is forgotten. I am redeeming it all. And I am not just restoring you to where you were before the pain. I am bringing you into a place even greater, even richer, even deeper than what you dreamed. You thought the best had passed you by, but the best is still ahead. Do not be afraid of new beginnings. They require courage, yes, but you do not walk into them alone. My spirit goes before you. My love surrounds you. My promises hold you firm. Even when you step into the unknown, you step into the arms of the one who already knows the way. I am your guide, your protector, your ever-present help. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into fulfillment. You are stepping into promises spoken over your life before you even took your first breath. So rise, beloved. Rise from the ashes of old disappointments. Rise from the chains of fear and regret. Rise into the calling that has always been yours. You have been prepared for such a time as this. Every tear you shed watered the soil of your future. Every silent yes built a bridge to greater blessings. Every act of unseen faithfulness laid stones upon the path I have been preparing. Now is not the time to shrink back. Now is the time to lift your eyes, to strengthen your feeble knees, and to move forward in the confidence that I am with you, that I am for you, and that I will never leave you nor forsake you. There are moments when you wonder if your efforts matter, if your faithfulness in the quiet spaces where no one applauds or notices is seen at all. You wonder if the prayers whispered in the darkness have vanished into silence, if the sacrifices made with trembling hands have been forgotten by time. But hear me clearly now. I see it all. Nothing done in love, nothing offered in obedience, nothing surrendered in faith has ever been wasted. Every tear you shed in prayer, every act of kindness unseen by the world but known to heaven, every small choice to trust instead of despair, they have built something eternal within you. They are the unseen foundations of a life that will soon shine brighter than you can imagine. I am not a God who overlooks devotion. I gather every moment, every prayer, every sacrifice and weave them into a tapestry that will, in my perfect timing, be revealed as beautiful beyond all human understanding. You think that your significance is small because the results have not yet arrived. But I do not measure success by speed or numbers. I measure it by faithfulness. And by that measure, you are victorious. Your quiet perseverance through seasons of delay and hardship has become a testimony that echoes in the heavens. Your unseen obedience has shaken walls you cannot yet see and planted seeds that will bear fruit in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Do not be discouraged because the harvest has not come on your schedule. Trust that I am the Lord of the harvest, and I know exactly when the ground is ready, when the rains will fall, and when the first tender shoots of new life will burst forth. Your season of preparation has not been in vain. It has been sacred. I have watched you in your weakness, not with judgment but with compassion. I have seen your struggle to hold on to hope, to keep believing when everything around you shouted otherwise. And I have been nearer than you knew, breathing strength into your weary heart, whispering courage into your fading dreams. You have not been abandoned in the waiting. You have been refined. Like gold purified in fire, your heart is being made stronger, purer, more radiant. Trust the fire. Trust that I am not trying to destroy you. I am preparing you for glory. There are doors ahead of you that no human hand can shut. Opportunities crafted by my own hands, waiting for the perfect moment to swing open. And when they do, you will not need to strive or scramble to enter. You will walk through them with the quiet confidence of one who knows they are deeply loved, fully called, and completely equipped. You do not need to fear being overlooked or left behind. In my kingdom, there is no such thing as missed opportunities when you are walking with me. What is meant for you cannot be taken by another. What I have planned for you will find you, even if it seems hidden now. So breathe, beloved. Let the anxiety fall away. Let the comparisons cease. Let the fear of missing out be replaced with the peace of knowing that I am guiding your every step. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to me. You are right where you need to be for what I am preparing to unfold. Keep moving forward, even when the path is dim. Keep believing even when the evidence seems thin. Keep trusting, even when the wait feels endless. Your story is not over. Your dreams are not dead. Your hope is not misplaced. I am the author and finisher of your faith, and I will not leave the story unfinished. Every scar you carry will one day shine as a testament to my healing. Every closed door you faced will be seen as protection. Every delay will be understood as preparation. Every tear will be remembered, every prayer answered, every longing fulfilled. Not always in the ways you expected, but always in ways that will fill your heart with awe and gratitude. The joy that is coming will be greater than the pain you have endured. The restoration I am bringing will be more beautiful than the loss you have grieved. Hold on to hope, not because of what you feel, but because of who I am. I am faithful. I am constant. I am unchanging. I am for you, not against you. And I am closer now than your very breath. Rest in me. Trust in me. Walk with me. I am leading you into a future that is bigger, brighter, and more beautiful than anything you have dared to dream. You have walked through valleys that seemed endless, carrying dreams that felt too heavy to bear and hopes that flickered like a small flame against strong winds. I have seen every step, every struggle, every tear you hid behind silent prayers. You think your faith has been weak because you doubted, because you grew tired, because you questioned whether you could go on. But I tell you this, true faith is not the absence of struggle. It is the decision to keep walking even with trembling feet. It is the choice to lift your eyes one more time when despair whispers to stay down. And you, beloved, have shown more faith in your weariness than some show in their strength. I honor that. I treasure that. I am proud of you not for pretending to be strong, but for allowing yourself to be held when you could no longer stand. You have asked me quietly in the chambers of your heart, how much longer? And though my answer may not always satisfy the timeline you long for, know this. There is purpose even in the pauses. There is strength being built even in the silence. There is preparation happening even when progress feels invisible. I have not forgotten the promises I made to you. I am not a God who speaks lightly. Every word from my mouth is living, breathing, active, and it will accomplish the purpose for which I sent it. Even now, though you may not feel it, those promises are unfolding. Even now, the seeds you planted in faith are beginning to stir beneath the soil. Just because you cannot see the roots doesn't mean they aren't growing. Just because you cannot yet touch the fruit doesn't mean the harvest isn't near. You think that your scars disqualify you, that your brokenness makes you less useful for my kingdom. But I see differently. I see vessels that shine brightest when the cracks allow my light to pour through. I see stories that carry weight and power because they have been born from real battles and real victories. Your pain is not your disqualification. It is your platform. Through it, I will reach others who have forgotten how to hope. Through it, I will bring healing to wounds you thought would never stop aching. You are not broken beyond repair. You are broken open for greater purpose. Let me take the pieces you've tried so hard to hold together and form them into something more beautiful than you ever imagined. You have spent nights wrestling with loneliness, believing that no one truly sees the depths of who you are. But I have always seen you. I have seen the dreams you've been too afraid to speak aloud. I have heard the prayers you didn't have words for. I have watched over you as a father watches over his most precious child. And I say to you now, you are not alone. Not for a moment. Not in the dark. Not in the silence. Not in the waiting. I am with you, nearer than your next breath, holding you with hands that do not let go. When you feel invisible to the world, remember you are fully seen by me. When you feel forgotten, remember you are engraved upon my heart. When you feel small and insignificant, remember you carry the image of the Almighty within you. There are new days coming. Days of laughter unforced and joy unshakable. Days where the heaviness you carry now will be replaced by a lightness you have not felt in years. I am restoring what was lost. I am breathing life into dreams you thought were dead. I am making a way where there seemed to be no way. Do not let the darkness convince you that dawn is not coming. It is, and when it breaks over the horizon of your life, you will understand why the night had to be so long. You will see the wisdom woven through every detour, the grace that carried you through every delay, the love that never stopped chasing you, even when you tried to run. So take courage. Do not measure today's pain against tomorrow's promise. Do not let the size of your mountain blind you to the greatness of your God. I have moved mountains before and I will do it again. I have parted seas before and I will do it again. What I have done for others, I will do for you. Not because you have earned it, but because you are loved beyond measure. Because you are mine. Lift your head, beloved. The story is not over. The best is yet to come. And I will walk with you into every new beginning, every restored promise, every fulfilled dream. Trust me, I am making all things new, including you. There is a stirring within you, a quiet but undeniable awakening, a sense that there is more to your story than what you have seen so far. You feel it in the restless longing that will not be silenced, in the dreams that refuse to die no matter how many disappointments have come against them. This stirring is not your imagination. It is my spirit breathing upon the embers of what I planted inside you long ago. The dreams you thought were buried too deep, the hopes you labeled as impossible, the prayers you whispered in moments of desperate faith, they are not forgotten. They are alive. They are waiting. They are rising. I am the one who placed those dreams in your heart, not to tease you with what you cannot have, but to call you forward into the fullness of who you are meant to become. You have been through battles that tried to strip you of your vision. You have walked through valleys that made you question whether hope was worth holding on to. But hope is not a fragile thing when it is anchored in me. Hope rooted in my promises cannot be crushed by time, cannot be stolen by loss, cannot be erased by fear. Every moment you chose to believe, even when there was no visible reason to do so, you were aligning your heart with heaven's reality. You were partnering with the unseen realm where miracles are born. And I tell you now, your faith has not gone unnoticed. It has been building something holy within you, something that will soon be revealed in ways that will leave you breathless with awe. Do not despise the days of small beginnings. Do not overlook the power of tiny steps taken in trembling trust. Every act of faith, no matter how small, has been seen, recorded, and celebrated in my kingdom. You have sown in tears, but you will reap in joy. You have walked with heavy feet, but you will dance with light hearts. You have held on to promises like a lifeline in the storm, and soon you will see the land that storm could not drown. The season of striving is ending. The season of flourishing is near. You will see doors open that no man could shut. You will see provision flow from sources you did not expect. You will see relationships restored, bodies healed, dreams reignited, and purpose fulfilled. Not because you forced it, but because you trusted me through the wilderness. I have been preparing you in ways you did not recognize. Every delay, every closed door, every broken plan was a thread woven into a tapestry greater than you could have designed. I did not waste your pain. I did not overlook your patience. I have been shaping you into a vessel fit to carry the weight of glory I am about to release through your life. It was never about arriving faster. It was always about becoming deeper. And now, as the new season approaches, I am calling you to lift your expectations higher. I am not the God of barely enough. I am the God of more than enough. I am not calling you to settle for survival. I am calling you to step into abundance. But to walk into this new season, you must release the old mindsets that have tethered you to fear. You must let go of the belief that you are too late, too broken, too unworthy. You must silence the voices that echo past failures and tune your ear to my voice, the one that calls you beloved, chosen, redeemed, appointed for such a time as this. You are not stepping into blessings as a beggar. You are stepping in as an heir, a son, a daughter of the King. Everything I have is yours. Every promise spoken over your life still stands. Every good and perfect gift I have prepared is being positioned even now. So rise with courage. Walk forward with boldness. Hold your head high not because you are without flaw, but because you are covered by grace. Let the old labels fall away. Let the old fears crumble to dust. Step into the new with open hands and a wide heart, ready to receive what you once only dared to dream of. I am not holding you back. I am lifting you higher. I am not delaying to punish you. I am preparing to astonish you. You are about to see my faithfulness in ways you've never seen before. You are about to live in answered prayers, in fulfilled promises, in overflowing joy. Stay close to me. Keep your heart tender, your spirit expectant, your faith anchored. The best is yet to come, and you, beloved, are perfectly positioned for it. There is a victory that has already been spoken over your life, a triumph sealed long before you saw your first sunrise. You are not fighting for victory, you are fighting from it. Every battle you have faced, every tear you have cried, every setback you have endured has not diminished this truth. I have already declared you more than a conqueror through my love. The enemy tried to convince you that you were defeated, that your best days were behind you, that your story was too broken to be redeemed. But he is a liar, and today I remind you of what has always been true. You are chosen, you are anointed, you are destined for greater things than you have dared to imagine. Lift your eyes, beloved. Look beyond the temporary storms that rage around you. See the horizon glowing with the light of new beginnings. I am the God who parts seas, who moves mountains, who calls dead things to life. And I am the God who has been writing your story with hands full of mercy and a heart full of unshakable love. Every chapter, even the painful ones, has been leading you here, to a place of deeper faith, wider hope, and unstoppable love. The things that tried to break you have only prepared you. The nights that tried to silence you have only sharpened your voice. The losses that tried to define you have only refined your destiny. You are standing on holy ground, even if your feet still tremble. You are stepping into a season that has been prepared for you with precision and promise. Nothing about your life is random. Every detail, every detour, every delay has been woven by my hand with purpose and care. I waste nothing. I redeem everything. And now, as you take your next steps, know this: you are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into fulfillment. Fulfillment of promises whispered over you before the foundations of the world. Fulfillment of prayers prayed through tears you thought no one saw. Fulfillment of dreams that have been carried through seasons of drought and doubt. I am breathing new life into your spirit. Where there was exhaustion, there will be strength. Where there was confusion, there will be clarity. Where there was sorrow, there will be joy unspeakable. Do not let fear tether you to the past. Do not let regret anchor you in old places. Today is a new day. Today is a threshold into abundance, into restoration, into the miraculous. Your heart was made for such a time as this. Your spirit was fashioned to rise, to shine, to carry light into the darkest corners of the world. The anointing upon your life is not fragile. It is fierce. It will break chains, heal hearts, awaken hope. You are not stepping forward alone. You are stepping forward with the power of heaven at your back. I go before you, clearing the path. I stand behind you, shielding you from the shadows. I walk beside you, whispering courage into your weary soul. You have everything you need because you have me, and I have already declared that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I have already promised that every tear you sowed will return as a harvest of joy. I have already ensured that the story I am writing with your life will bring glory not only to me but healing to those around you. This is not just your story. It is a testimony of my goodness, my faithfulness, my relentless love, and it is only just beginning. The world has yet to see the fullness of what I will do through you. So stand tall, beloved. Dream bigger. Love deeper. Hope without limits. For I am not done. I am just getting started. And the best you have hoped for is only the beginning of what I am about to unfold. Walk forward now with a heart wide open and eyes fixed on me. Trust that every promise I have made will come to pass. Trust that every step you take, even when trembling, is guided by my hand. Trust that every breath you breathe is filled with new mercy and unending grace. I am faithful to finish what I began. I am faithful to fulfill what I promised. And I am faithful to love you, today, tomorrow, and forevermore.
You have heard my heart. You have felt my nearness. You have glimpsed the depth of the love that has been pursuing you all along. Now, go forward not with fear, but with boldness. Carry these promises into every moment, every step, every breath. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. The best is still ahead, and I walk every road with you. Trust me. Follow me. And watch as your story unfolds into something more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. Until we meet again, know this: you are deeply loved, eternally held, and forever mine.